Hi, it's Peg and Des on
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy killed me this week.
They
killed Clay, they killed Games, is killing everybody. But I was falling out of my chair, I felt like every 5 minutes for this show. I died. But before we dive in, I want to remind you guys, subscribe to our channel and tell us what you think. Leave us some comments.
Absolutely, and make sure to check out the other videos on our channel. This week, Jax did some things that we weren't expecting. Surprise, surprise. And Galen, Clay, Bobby. I mean, they spring Clay out of prison in a fantastic fashion. The trucks, the different colored trucks, the coordination, all of it. It was amazing.
A typical Sons of Anarchy kind of like classic chase scene.
Yes. Yeah, it had a lot of rah-rah about it. I enjoyed that scene very much.
I loved it when they spring Clay and he sees that it's Jax and he says to him, "Where are the Irish?" And he said, "In Ireland." Who do you think was going to come here and get you out of here?
Well, they get him, and in the process, we see that Bobby got shot.
Yes.
Right.
Because they can never do anything cleanly. There always has to be a fallout.
I mean, with an effort that coordinated for only one person to get shot in the shoulder, I thought it was a good day.
It was supposed to be in and out. They had CCH occupied across town looking for Galen.
She had me rolling with her Hanes pantyhose and her bulletproof vest. Like, not both, CCH, not both. She and Rockman Dunbar standing by the dock, looked like they were in a dock of some sort, standing by the dock, and I said, she has on her 3/4 inch heels with a bulletproof vest on. You go, DEA.
That's right. Ready. But that was all distraction.
Yes.
They just needed them out of the way so they could free Clay from prison.
That's right.
But so did they kill Galen before or after they freed Clay?
No, they killed Galen and Clay in the.
No, but they killed Galen before. It was, there was other stuff that happened between them killing Galen and killing Clay.
Right, but they killed. Okay, hold on. Let's think about this. They all arrived at the hangar at the same time. Galen was already at the hangar when they arrived, but he was alive.
It was kind of a haze to me because, in a way, I kept thinking, you know what I thought when they shot Galen was, wow, they could have just done this at any point in time. Any point in time that he was being a jerk to Jax, he could have just shot him in the face.
Right. Well, it was a coordinated effort. They shot, 3 at the same time? Like, each guy had a man. They shot all of them at the same time. I'm pretty sure they did that just before they brought Clay in. I'm not sure what Clay was doing while that happened, but I'm sure one of our commenters will sort all this out for us.
Yes.
We're really counting on you for this one. But when Clay came in, he knew what was up.
Yeah,
he did. Immediately knew what was up, because the only reason why he was even being spared and sprung from prison was for them.
So while all this is happening, we see that Tara has got a new lawyer and is still pursuing her divorce claim.
Yes.
Which I thought was very interesting. I was like, this girl hasn't learned a thing. She is still like, I'm getting out of here. I don't care what.
Right.
And she, once again, is called in to be their mob doctor. She even referred to herself as a mob doctor.
Right.
And it's because Bobby got shot.
Right. I mean, she's great to have around. Because otherwise, with all these injuries and issues, how else are you supposed to get some medical care? Good old Margaret at the hospital isn't going to help you without Tara being around.
Well, Margaret's not even around. Margaret fled.
She's on her 3-week vacation.
Right, she fled to her sister's house. She's not around.
Does Chips have some medical background? Did I miss something with Chips?
I don't know.
Because Chips made a comment this episode about, this one is too much for me to handle. I'm a good nurse, but I'm not the good doctor.
Maybe, because you figure when you have a crew like that, there has to be someone with medical expertise, right, for these kinds of situations.
Right.
And they didn't always have Tara, so maybe Chips was taking up the mantle.
Yeah, he made that comment, which I thought was interesting. But, yeah, I mean, Tara and Jax are actually communicating and touching.
Okay, before we get to Tara and Jax, I need to say that last time we talked about this show, I was in love with Nero. Nero was amazing, whatever. I couldn't see any Nero. Nero was like all broken down, beat up, his black eye. I couldn't see anything past Jax. He looked gorgeous in this episode. And when he looked the most gorgeous is when he was cold-bloodedly shooting Clay. And I thought, I've never seen someone be so cold-blooded but so hot at the same time.
He said we took a vote on this, and it was unanimous.
Oh, God.
They're still voting, and they all decided to kill Clay, which means that Juicy decided to kill Clay.
And Clay knew it. He, I think he kind of knew last week things weren't going to go well for him, because he gave Gemma his goodbye then, and then this time he came over and he's like, I'm glad you have someone, gave her a kiss on the cheek, and then, when he sort of like broke down for them how this should play out, and Jax was like, yeah, that sounds about right. And then they took him to that room. But even in the last moment, I was still thinking, Jax isn't going to do this. This man basically raised him. He's going to have a moment of crisis.
Nope.
No.
It's over.
He just shot him in the neck.
Killed him.
Not even a fast, quick headshot. He shot him in the throat.
And then, of course, after that, they all set up the guns to make it look, of course, like something went down at the hangar. And I'm pretty sure are the guns at the hangar too?
Because no. Didn't they? Yes, the guns are at the hangar, because when CCH found the hangar and the scene, they also found the guns there with them.
Right, because I was thinking back to his agreement with her. And his agreement with her was that he would deliver Galen and the guns. But he didn't say, I'm going to make sure Galen is living. You'll be able to question him. Yes. He didn't say any of that.
No, he didn't.
So he actually followed through on exactly what he said he was going to do.
He did. He did. And didn't Rockman point that out to CCH?
Did he?
I think he did. I think he said, well, he said he gave you what he said he was going to give you. And she's like, but not like this. That's not what I wanted.
Well, she has to follow through now. I'm wondering what's going to happen with the Chinese, because you remember that that Jax is still pushing August Marks.
Yes.
You got to bet on black, which
Right.
I thought was hilarious. I actually cracked up when he said that. So, yeah.
Yes, I didn't give that too much thought this week, but you're right. So somehow the Irish are either going to go with August Marks,
Right.
or I think the Chinese might take over the gun business.
Who knows? Maybe that's the next battle, Chinese v. black.
Who knows? I don't know. All I know is that Jax told Nero what we're doing together is the future of Sam Crow.
Right.
So hang tight, buddy. I know you've seen a lot. Nero looks to me, though, like he might have seen a moment too much.
Nero's traumatized. Nero's like, I have been a junkie, a pimp, a hustler, a killer. I ran a Mexican gang for several years. I have a long resume, and I still have not ever seen anything like this foolishness. It's almost like Nero's clutching his pearls. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Well, Gemma proposed marriage to Nero this week, and Nero was like, no, mama. I've seen what happens to your husbands. It ain't pretty.
But not to mention the fact that you do this after both of you watch.
Yes!
Because that is the perfect proposal, right? That is the WeTV proposal of a lifetime. Watching your current husband, because she and Clay are not divorced.
No.
Watching the current husband get shot by the child he raised.
But you know what? That scene to me, it was heartbreaking to me. When Jax walked out and he walks out really slowly, looks towards Sarah, and she looks away and looks at Nero. Nero looks shell-shocked and then goes over to Gemma, and Gemma looks at this child that she raised who just shot her husband dead, murdered him, and she just gives him this kiss it's okay, son. And I'm like, y'all are some messed up people.
She told Nero, was it 2-3 episodes ago, right there in that house, it's part of the game. And sometimes it has to be done. Gemma loves the game. She doesn't love those children. She doesn't love those husbands. That is what she loves. That is what she is fiercely protecting.
I think she might only love Jax. I think Jax might be the only thing Gemma really loves. But I'll say this. Gemma's going to be the cockroach that survives all of these people. She is going to come out on top. Because she always has a man willing to be ready to throw himself under her feet to save her from the muck.
Right.
Poor Unser this week. That also broke my heart.
When he said, I'm in love with you.
He said, I love you. I'm in love with you.
Right. No, he said it in love.
Yes.
I mean, that's...
Well, he said I love you first, and then he clarified.
Yes.
I'm in love.
Right, because when he first said it, it's like, okay, that's great. We've been growing up together for years. But you hit it with the... What is it about the in that makes things such a big deal?
Because
I love you.
Different.
I'm in love with you.
Different. You're willing to do a lot more different things for someone you're in love with.
No, I think that's the in is what makes you crazy. I think that's what that is. The in is the crazy.
And Gemma had nothing to say. I mean, what is
she gonna say back? Thank you.
Thanks, Uns.
I mean, what am I supposed to say to that? I don't feel the same way. I got Nero the hero.
And what about when he walked in on that little family scene when Gemma was reading?
That was the worst. That was the worst. I would have run out of the room and hid under someone else's bed. That was so messy. Nero's on the bed, broad-shouldered out. They're looking like this mismatched hodgepodge BS family. It was terrible.
Poor Unser. Poor Unser. I say, okay, so Tara. Mm-hmm. Tara was cornered like a rat by CCH and Rockman Dunbar.
Yes.
And I was just thinking, don't give anybody up, Tara. Don't do this, because remember, Jax is still working on freeing Tara. She doesn't know this.
Right.
And I'm like, don't rat him out.
Right.
But CCH was putting the screws to her, and she came pretty close to basically telling them what happened. And not only that, but that she will have evidence,
right,
to give against the sons involved in killing that sheriff. And I mean, Tara is in a terrible place because she does still love Jax. I mean, she gave Jax that look when she was getting into the car.
Right.
She touched his hand. I mean, she had no love lost for Clay. He tried to kill her last season, so she was like...
She couldn't care less about Clay, but it's very clear that she and Jax still have feelings for each other.
Right.
I want to know, though, now that she's at the cabin, now that the bullet's been extracted, now that all of that is done, what are you going to do now, Tara?
Well, the thing is, too, is that Jax took responsibility for everything. When he sat there and told her, it's my fault that you're like this. It's my fault that we've become this.
Right.
Basically just owned up.
Right.
And you could tell it was getting to her.
Of course it's getting to her, because she didn't want to have to disband her family and send her kids off to someone else and go to jail and file for a secret divorce and have her lawyer be scared brainless and have to hire a new attorney. She didn't want any of that stuff. No. She wants to be able to take her crooked hand to the hospital, drop her kids off at daycare, offer some medical care to some needy people, and go home and make dinner. That's what Tara wants.
I think she's past that now. I think she just wants out. Maybe she can find a way.
I don't know if she wants out, actually.
I think she loves Jax, but she knows she can't stay there.
I don't know.
Her children...
We have been here at this moment with Tara in previous seasons. Now, she hasn't gone this far, and the betrayal hasn't been this deep, but we have definitely been on the edge of, I can't do this anymore. And then Jax comes right to the edge of the cliff, and he says, our future is this isn't what's going to be like anymore. I'm sorry, I'm just going to clean this up one more time. Let me get the mop out one last time. And she gets reeled right back in.
Well, I'll tell you what, looking at Jax this episode, I was like, I'll have all your babies too. So, I get it, Tara. I get it.
God bless both of you. All right. Well, make sure to come back next week to check out next week's episode of Sons and leave some comments. Help us clarify where Clay was during Galen's shooting. We clearly needed some help there.
And also, tell us what you think. How long is it going to take before Juice finally loses it? I've been waiting several seasons for this man to blow. And he looks like he's about to blow.
He and Gemma may be the last surviving cockroaches.
You think so? I feel like he's going to die in spectacular fashion, actually.
I don't know.
I put him in my death pool. Nero's in my death pool.
Oh, no.
Yes. He's too good and moral and nice to...
And Kurt Sutter is so diabolical.
Yeah.
Can't let Nero the hero live. All right. So let us know what you think, and we will catch you next week.
All right, everyone. Bye.